Hello and welcome back. It seems as though Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have been spotted in Los Angeles. First, let's get straight into the photos. They look as though they were taken from a security camera at the apartment complex that they were at. And we see here that Meghan has on an N95 mask. Harry seems to have on a bandana. They are dressed extremely casually. And let's read through a few snippets of an article that describes what exactly they were doing. The couple were disguised under face masks and gloves and were not recognized by many of those they served, according to the head of the charity they volunteered for. Richard Ayoub, executive director of Project Angel Food, also revealed that Harry and Meghan stopped him when he asked if they wanted to be called Duke and Duchess. Mr. Ayoub told CBS LA, quote, "I asked, do you want to be called Duke and Duchess? And they interrupted me and said no." Project Angel Food is an LA-based charity that takes non-perishable meals to people with critical illnesses around West Hollywood. According to Tom Waite from CBS LA, Meghan apparently wanted Harry to, quote, "see Los Angeles through the eyes of philanthropy." The pair delivered to 6 residents on Easter Sunday and a further 14 on Wednesday. While they were also accompanied by their security detail, the CCTV footage reveals that the couple handed out the food parcels themselves. Mr. Ayoub said that Meghan Markle had wanted to, quote, "give back on Easter," and that she was inspired to volunteer for Project Angel Food on her mother's advice. Well, it looks as though just Harry strikes again. Now, I'm not going to say it's a bad thing that they were working with a charity. I'm definitely not going to say that it was a bad thing that they were helping people in need. Those are good things. However, it does seem very odd to me. They are not working royals anymore, yet it seems as though they are trying to replicate what they were doing as working royals in the United Kingdom. For example, Countess Sophie of Wessex has been working in the UK right now with her face mask on, going to charities, and really just doing the work without much fanfare. Kate and William have been supporting their patronages virtually, and we saw last week and this week that Harry and Meghan have been doing the same thing with the patronages that they were allowed to keep. But it is very interesting to me that Harry and Meghan, who are allegedly trying to do something completely different, are basically doing the same thing in Los Angeles that they were doing in the United Kingdom, except now they don't have the same power and influence to really help those charities. And I also want to note that this is something that they kind of do when they land in a new location, and they seem to be moving a lot these days. Remember when they were living in Canada and Meghan went and visited those 2 women's nonprofits? Did we ever hear anything about those again? Absolutely not. She just did a little drive-by appearance, and that was that. I'm not seeing anything here from Harry and Meghan that is particularly unique or that will create lasting change. Harry and Meghan just said that they wanted to create a charity to, quote, "do something that matters." But it seems to me like they are just doing exactly what they were doing in the United Kingdom. And that leads me to Princess Anne and her Vanity Fair interview, which was very interesting. The Princess Royal graced the recent issue of Vanity Fair magazine, and she gave an interview to Katie Nichols, which was quite telling. I'll just read this excerpt from the interview. Princess Anne says, quote, "Don't forget the basics. I don't think this younger generation probably understands what I was doing in the past. And it's often true, isn't it? You don't necessarily look at the previous generation and say, oh, you did that, or oh, you went there. Nowadays, they're much more looking for, oh, let's do it a new way. And I'm already at this stage. Please do not reinvent that particular wheel. We've been there, done that. Some of these things don't work. You may need to go back to basics. Go back to basics. I love that. Basics, I would imagine, would look something like just putting your head down and doing your work, upholding your duty. I'm actually very pleased that we heard from Princess Anne in this interview because she is in a place similar to Harry in the sense that she is quite removed from the throne. The difference is that Princess Anne works her tail off year after year after year. If you weren't aware, Princess Anne is one of the hardest working royals out there. So I'm going to read a little bit of an excerpt that talks about her work ethic. Queen Elizabeth II's only daughter, Princess Anne, was the hardest working royal for at least the third year in a row, putting in a total of 167 days. This was in 2019, by the way. Heir to the throne, Prince Charles came in second with 125 days of official duties. The 93-year-old queen herself worked 67 days, 4 more than in 2018. So you see, Princess Anne is right there at the top. Now, it's also good that we heard from her because she chose a path for her children similar to what Harry and Meghan said they wanted for Archie. Zara Tindall is a great example of a royal who is not a working royal and was able to fashion a very successful sports career for herself and lead a somewhat normal life. Of course, she still is royal. The queen is still her grandmother, but she is more like a celebrity than anything else. And there was an excellent article in the Daily Mail that went into more of what Princess Anne could have taught Harry and Meghan. Quote, "She divorced and remarried. She became an Olympic athlete, and she was the only child of the Queen who had the grit to refuse royal titles for her own 2 children. She is a super trooper who undertook more than 500 engagements over the past year, and you can bet she turned up at about 498 of them wearing a truly terrible frock. In this image-conscious world, her refreshing lack of interest in clothes and killer outfits is one of her greatest strengths. Saving the planet, recycling, and thrift, there is a lot she could teach the Sussexes. Anne hasn't bought a new skirt since 1977 and often turns up in something that looks like it has been run up from a pair of old curtains from the shed, quite possibly because it has. She never tried to cash in on her status, push herself into the limelight, overstay her welcome, endear herself to the public, or try to be something she is not. She chooses her friends wisely, keeps her own counsel, and most importantly of all, wants to help rather than be seen to be helping. I love that last bit. She wants to help rather than to be seen helping. Now, this is something that Harry and Meghan know nothing about. Harry and Meghan, as we know, were all about the beautiful outfits. They were all about the beautiful photos, less about actually doing the work. So this is someone that Harry and Meghan could have looked to for advice on how to go about raising Archie somewhat normally within the context of royal life. Yet, in Harry and Meghan fashion, they decided to do things their own way. Remember, they said explicitly that they wanted to modernize the royal family. But it is important to remember that one of the reasons the royal family has stood the test of time is because it is stable. The royal family is a bedrock, and its foundation is on tradition. You don't join the royal family in order to modernize it. Things do organically change with the times, of course, but you should not go into an establishment like the British royal family and think that you can change it without understanding it. And honestly, I think that that was one of Meghan's biggest fails. I know she had many fails, but I believe that her biggest fail was not taking the time to understand the family before she tried to change it. How long was she in the royal family? Officially, about 18 months. That is nowhere near enough time to understand things, especially since most of that time she was either wedding planning, traveling on private jets, being pregnant, being on maternity leave, and hiding in Canada. It's safe to say she didn't take the time to understand. She didn't want to. That was never her plan. And Princess Anne hit the nail right on the head. Why reinvent the wheel? Let's think about the whole Archewell situation. Harry and Meghan are creating a foundation or charitable entity from scratch. They have to do their own fundraising, hire their own people on whatever little budget they have. And for what? They already had the most influence they will ever have as working royals. Their ability to be invited to other countries, to learn about the culture, to do service projects, to foster favorable relationships between nations, to be heads of a Commonwealth youth organization. That is influence and that is power. And they didn't have to raise a finger to pay for anything. And now they are essentially trying to recreate that model on their own. And they won't be able to do it. There was no reason for them to try and reinvent this particular wheel. And obviously they are doing a horrible job at it. They couldn't even secure their domain names, which cost about $10 each. They obviously are not good at this, and they should have stayed in Britain where they had an established machine that would do the technical, public relations, and administrative work for them. And one thing that Harry and Meghan really do not understand is the foundation of the royal family. They had the audacity to want to trademark and monetize the Sussex royal name without understanding that the foundation of that royal part is in service and philanthropy, not in making money. So I really thought that this was excellent insight from Princess Anne into what some of the older royals must think of Harry and Meghan, and probably what all of them think. Things just seem to be looking worse and worse for Harry and Meghan. It's one thing when someone random says it, but coming from your own aunt? Well, Princess Anne is very no-nonsense, and I think she spoke the truth. So it seems as though we are going to be seeing a lot more of Harry and Meghan trying to reinvent the wheel in Los Angeles. Let me know your thoughts, and I will see you in the next video.